Okay, I'm just getting the live stream up and going. I think we're just about there, which is good. Okay, so this is the Eurocopter EC135 that's been released for free by Asobo. I think it was developed by Nemeth Designs, so I may be wrong about that, so please take that with a pinch of salt. So, but this is Sim Update 3 as well that we're looking at here. So anyway, let's go and have a little look around the EC135. I'm just going to plug an Xbox controller in so we can switch to the drone camera and have a look around it. I've just made the mistake of looking in the Flight Simulator forums. They asked for feedback on this helicopter yesterday, and the first feedback they received was enormously negative. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to discover. I will admit, full disclosure, I have powered the helicopter up once because I've written up the procedural, functional procedure to start the helicopter. So we'll see how we get on. I'm just going to go then and press Shift and X to put us in drone view. And can I get the controller to work? Here's the next question. So I'm just messing around here to try and get my Xbox controller working. This is rather interesting. I have no power to the Xbox controller. That has never happened before. I wonder if I need to plug it into a different socket. Let's try it. That's got it. Okay, so this is the Eurocopter EC135. So let's have a look around it. It's got absolutely torn to pieces in the forums. I'm not entirely sure why. Oh, I guess you can see, yeah. There's some 3D issues around it, but it was given away for free, so I'm not going to be overly judgmental. But yeah, you can see where people are coming from. It's very, very low quality, isn't it? Or not very, but it's not as good as some of the other aircraft that have come out, and yeah, you can see pixels around. So it's a bit of a shame, really. But we're getting it for free. So you're not going to expect a $50 or £50 product for nothing, are you? I've heard various feedback that the shape is wrong as well, that it's too wide. The real thing is a lot skinnier. So how they could get it that wrong, I'm not sure. I've not seen the real thing, so I'm not overly familiar with it. It comes with lots of liveries. This is one of them. Apparently it should be more yellow and not gold, but again, there's all sorts of stories in the forums with people accusing them of uplifting a 2020 aircraft into 2024. But it looks pretty good to me. There's nothing wrong with the instrument panel, is there? It all looks pretty good. Okay, let's go then. We've had a quick look around the helicopter. Let's press Shift and X to put ourselves inside the helicopter. I'll go and turn my Xbox controller off so we don't get any stick drift affecting us. And we'll work through starting the helicopter up together. So I'm going to work through my own written notes. I will put a link to the notes. I'll publish them a bit later on and we'll go through them I'll work through them. I'll make them available to everybody later. So anybody that's having trouble starting it up or following the instructions will be able to just follow mine. So Shift and 1 gives us the instrument panel. We go and put the battery master switch to on. Then we turn generators. Let me just check the volume levels before we go any further. Yeah, it's going to look good. So generators 1 and 2 go to on. Then on the main yoke, we lift the switch, press the red button, and then cover it again. Then we go overhead, and we go to the fuel pumps, and we put the prime on for 1 and 2. We turn the anti-collision lights on. Then we come down to engine start, and we go engine 1 to idle, and it's not doing anything. Interesting. Okay, let's go. I've been messing around with the simulator, so I'm going to go back out to the main menu and come back in. Is this a sign of a buggy helicopter? I don't know. So we were at Leipzig, weren't we, a moment ago, which is now, we're not, here we go, Leipzig, Halle. We'll put ourselves on this corner of the airfield, set that as our departure. We'll wind time back to a nice part of the day, and we'll just do that again. So just waiting for it to load back in. I have to say Sim Update 3 is very good so far. So this helicopter is no reflection on the simulator itself. Okay, so... Oh, of course, I know what I did wrong. I didn't uncover any of the things outside. I did the look around. So, my fault. So we need to remove the pitot covers, remove the blade covers, and the engine covers. It would be better if they let you try and start it with the covers on and you just see the temperatures go through the roof, rather than just not doing it, because you'd soon learn, wouldn't you? Anyway, okay, let's go through that again, shall we? So, battery master switch to on, generators on, and then lift the cover. We're looking at the sign over here, by the way, and you press the red button and it changes the sign. There's no way to get rid of the landing light retract. There's no switch to do anything about it. So I've hunted all over the helicopter, and other people's screenshots are all showing that still left on. But anyway, let's go and get on with the rest of it. So Shift and 4 goes overhead. When we go and put the primes on, we put the anti-collision lights on, and then Shift and 1, we can go and switch the engine to idle. There we go. You also get the safety that you can flick over. So we'll just wait for the engine to come up. Make sure the rotor brake is off. So there's talk in the instructions about monitoring N2, but there's only N1 here to watch, which is a bit of a shame. So then we'll go with the second engine. So if we have a look outside, it does seem mighty quiet, doesn't it? So we're just waiting for the engines to come up. So once they're kind of up to speed, we can go overhead again and turn the fuel tank transfers on, turn the primes back off. Avionics masters can go to on, the standby horizon can go to on, the inverters can go to on, the pitot static heat for the pilot and the co-pilot can go on. And then down here we can go and lift these up to flight now. Then back overhead we're going to go and put the position lights on, strobe lights on, and we are good to go. So let's have a look at this from outside. Okay, let's go and put a moving map on, center it on our aircraft, and zoom out a bit on it. We're going to travel southeast when we get in the air. So first things first, I've heard horror stories about the flight model, so we'll see how we get on. I'm going to gently lift it into the hover. I can see what people mean. It's almost like it has a stabilization system, which you kind of would expect in a modern helicopter, but it has no sense of momentum. I'm almost not giving it any collective, and it's lifting very quickly. But it's controllable. I mean, I've seen horror stories, people saying that it's completely uncontrollable. But I'm managing to control it, and oh, I see, yeah, as soon as it's moving, then the tail rotor input isn't very stable, but it's not unmanageable. You just have to have your wits about you. Get moving. Get away from the airfield. I have got the... I think I've only got the tail rotor assist on because I haven't got pedals. But I see what people mean. Look, the blades are canted downwards, which is wrong. It's a shame, isn't it? Because it looks quite good otherwise. It's like it's been rushed out. But we'll soldier on and we'll go for a flight and go and have a look at... This is one of the areas that's been improved in the simulator. Apparently Leipzig has got very good photogrammetry. Let's see where we are in terms of the city. If we go and have a quick look on LittleNavMap, we're heading off towards Leipzig, so we want to go a little bit further left. You can see the built-up downtown area. So let's come down to a lower altitude so we can appreciate the scenery. So while we might not think much of this helicopter, we can at least appreciate the modelling of the simulator that it's putting around us, which is very, very good. I see they still haven't fixed the issue where you get the odd tree that's a solid structure. You can see some there on that intro, look. It's quite amusing. Some in amongst these houses. Obviously photogrammetry only really works from a few thousand feet altitude. It's a little bit unfair to expect photogrammetry to be wonderful at this level, at this altitude. So let's go and climb a little. I think you'll discover, I'm just reading the live stream comments while we're hurtling along, I think you'll discover the proper commercial helicopters are going to be much better than this. So, for example, the the recent military helicopter came out. Is it the H60? I can never remember all the code names of them. It's very, very good. But it's a commercial product, it costs money. And the high performance group helicopters are very good. I'm not sure if they're available for 2024 yet. So I'm being asked in the live stream comments, in career mode the instrument rating exam is not working. I did the instrument rating exam when 2024 first came out. I have not been back into career mode since, to be honest. It was good fun, but I have no idea. I have no idea what is or isn't working in the sim. Treatment works. Okay, we have a stadium. Two of them, in fact. I'm guessing one of them, you know, it's obviously a different sort of venue, but sponsored by Red Bull. So the something arena, Red Bull Arena, I'm guessing. Yeah. And no, I'm not going to try and land on the pitch. Certainly not with a helicopter that's this, what's the word, recalcitrant. Okay, let's carry on towards the centre of the city. Looks great, doesn't it? MH60, that's the one. Virtue Sim has come through for us. So yeah, I think the MH60 is among the best helicopters in 2024 at the moment. I've got one of the Cohen Sim helicopters and it doesn't compare very favourably with the MH60, but I'm by no means a helicopter aficionado. I can basically fly them. I wouldn't know if it's realistic at all. I know how a helicopter should work. This all seems quite controllable. It does seem too light on the controls. It hasn't really got any momentum. The city looks amazing, doesn't it? Okay, this is obviously some sort of famous building, and if my geography was better, I would know exactly what it was. Looks very good though, doesn't it? So I'm just reading the comments there. Someone's saying, I wish they would just get rid of the helicopter assists. Well, no, I think I'm going to differ with you on that. I think they are valuable for people who are just starting out. And it is selective. You don't have to have all of them on. The only one I've got switched on is the tail rotor, which, to be honest, modern helicopters have got. They've got gyros. They control the tail rotor for you. It's not like flying a Sikorsky from the 1950s anymore. The modern Airbuses can bring themselves to a hover automatically. And they've got autopilot. And this is a modern helicopter, so it would have flight control systems built in, which is why you've got the raft of switches all over the place. Stability augmentation and all that kind of stuff. So I wonder what this structure is. Very nicely done, isn't it, in the scenery? I'm going to try and bring us down over the water so we get to see the front of it. That's incredible, isn't it? Don't want to get too close, I'll end up putting the blades through the stonework. It's amazing, isn't it, what this simulator can do? This is Leipzig, by the way, that we're flying around and exploring. I can see what people mean. It's got that look of a 2020 aircraft that hasn't had the textures redone. They typically have that glossy look to them if they haven't been tweaked, you know, for the more advanced patterning and texturing of 2024. Okay, we're back where we passed a few moments ago. So let's go over to the other side of the city, shall we? Lots of small churches. So whereabouts are we? Just wondering if there's an airfield nearby. Let's have a look on the LittleNavMap. Nothing obvious. We could keep going south down to Bolan, I suppose. Admire the scenery along the way. Have I noticed that all of the new PG looks green? What's PG? What does that stand for? Photogrammetry. To be honest, I hadn't noticed, but you're going to get regional variations in housing styles, like painting and roof colours and things like this. Looks very much like Germany to me. I've worked in Germany a fair amount, and okay, I haven't seen it from the air at close quarters. I've only flown over it at altitude on the way in. But when I've been around the suburban areas of the cities, it looks like this. Obviously you're going to get regional differences as well, but the kind of the style of houses looks exactly like this. This simulator's something else, isn't it? Once you get into the countryside. Let's have a look on the map, see where we are. Almost there. So we have to keep an eye out for an airfield. Is this it in the big patch of grass over here? Looks like it, doesn't it? The grass strip. No, it's to our left. That's not it. I think this is it down here. Yeah, there's the strip slope. So let's put our helicopter down here and we'll call it an evening. Not used to this at all. There we go. Slide it across the grass. It's a bit of a handful, I'll admit, but it's not completely uncontrollable. Not to the point that some people have said it is. And I don't think it's as bad as people have said either. It doesn't settle in the hover at all. You have to hold quite a lot of deflection on the stick to get it to hold still. Okay, I have no idea how to shut it down. Presumably we just go and come down here . Cut the engines. I mean, we could also cut the fuel. Whether it's been modelled, I don't know. And we could also put the rotor brake on. It's not cutting off, is it? Oh, it is now. It just took a while. The animation's not great on the rotor blades, is it? I love the animations of bits of grass and stuff flying away from the helicopter. Very good. And the sound doesn't match the animation. Yeah, it's okay, but it's free. And I think that's the way to approach it. It's controllable, it's free, it's good fun, but I don't think you'd spend much time with it. I think that's my take. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed that. Showed you how to start the thing up. Took it for a flight around Leipzig. I think it's a good opportunity to come back here and have a proper look around, isn't it? In a slightly better aeroplane, maybe. But there we go. I'm going to leave it there. I'll see you again soon. So we got David Witherow saying, notice the low fuel warnings. Fuel transfer pumps don't... Yeah, I did notice that. So yeah, there's several issues. You also get the landing light retract is always on. You can't get rid of it. So there's a few issues. But yeah, there we go. I'm not going to rip it to pieces because I don't like being negative about things. But there you go. I'm going to leave it there. See you again soon. Take care.